Okay, so what if I told you your brain has this secret, non-negotiable energy budget, and like you're probably overspending it every single day without even knowing it?
Hmm.
Or get this, that the actual architecture of your mind isn't fixed, that it's something you can actively train, to handle more, process faster, and deal with life with way less stress.
It sounds almost too good to be true, but yeah.
Right. But it's not science fiction. This is actual neuroscience happening right now. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something called cognitive load management. And honestly, by the end of this, you'll get why some tasks feel, I don't know, effortlessly productive,
Right.
while others just completely drain you.
Yeah.
You'll walk away with insights into your own mental operating system that, frankly, 99% of people just don't have. It's about unlocking your brain's real potential for learning, creativity, and, yeah, real transformation.
It really is a shortcut to understanding yourself better.
So let's pull back the curtain on this. We've got a really fascinating stack of research today. It all kind of converges on how our brains handle information, how they manage mental effort,
Yeah, the science is pretty compelling.
our mission. Basically, to distill all this complex science into something actionable for you, a practical guide to understanding your mental energy, and, crucially, how to optimize it for, well, big changes, personally and professionally.
And what's really fascinating here, I think, is how these sources shine a light on the neurological processes behind it all.
Right.
Resource allocation in the brain. We're not just defining cognitive load.
Yeah.
We're digging into why it matters so much. For everything, really, from your daily grind to learning a new skill,
Yeah.
or even, navigating a huge life change.
That's a really good point.
And it brings up a big question, doesn't it? If these mental resources are finite, how do we actually use them smarter? How do we invest them effectively?
Exactly. I mean, think about a time you tried to learn some ridiculously complex new software, or maybe just trying to follow really convoluted instructions.
Oh, yeah. Flat pack furniture assembly comes to mind.
Totally. That feeling of just hitting a wall, your brain just feels like it's buffering or just shutting down.
That's it.
That's your cognitive load maxing out. It's like trying to navigate Mumbai traffic during rush hour without a map. Or, LA freeway madness at 5 p.m. You just want to get somewhere, but you're stuck.
Total mental gridlock.
Oh.
And, often it's not even the task itself that's the real problem. It's how the information is presented.
How it comes at you, yeah.
Or how we approach it.
Yeah.
That determines the mental strain. Our brain, it's like this shrewd economist constantly calculating effort-reward trade-off.
Effort versus reward.
Yeah.
Okay.
For mental energy replenishment, if the effort feels way too high for what you think you'll get back,
Your brain just says, nope.
pretty much,
Yeah.
it tends to disengage, protect its resources.
Yeah.
And that leads straight to that feeling of exhaustion, that mental shutdown.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me. Because the research shows mental energy isn't just, I don't know, a vague feeling, right? Being tired or focused.
Not at all.
It's actively managed. By this complex pre-task allocation system, your brain literally, conservatively, dishes out resources to your working memory before you even start.
It's like budgeting in advance. Your brain's internal CFO is trying to prevent an overdraft before the project even kicks off.
Wow. Okay, so it's anticipating the demand.
Exactly. And this budgeting, it doesn't stop when the task is done. Replenishing that energy afterwards is not automatic. It really depends on how that effort-reward trade-off felt during the task.
So if it felt like a slog with no payoff.
Recovery takes longer. If we connect that to the bigger picture, our motivation, the value we see in what we're doing, it directly impacts our ability to bounce back mentally.
So it's like the brain's accountant isn't just balancing books, but factoring in like job satisfaction?
You could say that. If the mental investment didn't feel worth it, you stay feeling drained for longer.
Okay, so what this really means for you, listening right now, is you have this finite mental budget every day. How you spend it dictates your productivity, sure, but also just your general well-being.
It's fundamental.
And it gets trickier. Cognitive load isn't just one thing. Advanced cognitive load theory, which these sources really get into, identifies 3 distinct types, 3 kinds of mental burden.
Right, and understanding these is key.
First up, intrinsic cognitive load. This is basically the built-in difficulty, how hard the actual material is.
The unavoidable complexity.
Yeah. And it depends a lot on what you already know, right? Your expertise level. Like learning quantum physics from scratch, that's going to have a much higher intrinsic load for most of us than, say, basic addition.
Absolutely. It's the how complex is this thing inherently? factor. You can't just eliminate it, but you manage it by building foundational knowledge over time. That's why new skills feel so exhausting at first.
Okay, that makes sense. Then there's extraneous cognitive load. And this one,
This is the villain, right?
definitely the one to target. It's the mental effort created by just bad presentation, things that actually get in the way of learning.
Wasted effort.
Yeah.
Pure mental friction.
Yeah. Like, think about terrible slides crammed with tiny text, or confusing jargon you have to keep looking up, or just a clunky, cluttered app interface.
All that stuff that makes simple things feel hard.
That's extraneous load, just eating up your mental energy for no good reason. It's like trying to drive with the handbrake on.
And this is so critical because this extraneous load, it's often completely avoidable,
Yeah.
but it kills productivity and learning all the time. It's the noise drowning out the signal.
So much frustration we feel might just be bad design.
A lot of it, yes. Unclear communication, chaotic environment. By spotting and cutting out these extraneous sources, you're freeing up huge amounts of mental bandwidth.
Okay, so cut the waste. And finally, the hero, germane cognitive load.
The good stuff.
Right. This is the productive mental effort, the kind that actually helps you build understanding, connect new ideas, and really lock in learning.
This is where the magic happens. Schema development, meaningful learning. It's the effort that integrates new information with what you already know, building those mental models.
Like building a really detailed mental map of something complex.
Exactly. So the goal of managing cognitive load is really minimize the extraneous, the pointless friction.
Get rid of the noise.
So you have maximum energy left for the germane load, the actual learning and understanding.
Okay, wow. So if you've ever struggled with like a confusing legal doc or some awful online form, maybe it wasn't you.
It might just have been terrible design causing massive extraneous load.
It's not a personal failing, it's just bad input. That alone is kind of a relief, you know.
It reframes the struggle.
But hang on, because this next bit, this really blew my mind. The idea that your capacity for managing all this, your mental resource allocation, it's not fixed.
Not at all. This is where neuroplasticity comes in.
Neuroplasticity, right. Your brain's ability to rewire itself. The sources talk about working memory training, for instance. It actually causes measurable changes in the brain.
Significant changes across the frontal and parietal cortex, basal ganglia, even changes in things like dopamine receptor density.
Dopamine receptors, wow.
Your brain's core cognitive architecture literally changes. You're building new mental muscle.
So it's not just about thinking harder, it's about actually changing the brain's machinery.
Precisely. It shows our capacity for this isn't static, it's highly trainable.
Yeah.
The brain is incredibly adaptive.
And this isn't just for young people.
No, not at all. Even as we age, cognitive systems show amazing plasticity. Older adults, for example, research shows they often engage different brain areas, maybe more symmetrical activation, or a shift from back to front processing.
To compensate.
To successfully maintain working memory, the brain finds ways. It stays flexible throughout life.
Okay, so you're saying we can genuinely get better at managing our mental energy, even expand our capacity. This isn't just wishful thinking.
No, it's grounded in the brain's biology.
Yeah.
And the research points to practical ways to do it.
What can we actually do?
Well, take mindfulness, for instance. Mindfulness-based cognitive load reduction. By training your attention, you get better at filtering distractions, internal and external.
Quieting the mental noise.
Exactly, which frees up resources. It helps you align with your goals, stay focused, and self-regulation helps you manage your reactions to stress instead of getting derailed.
Makes sense. Less mental clutter, more bandwidth for what matters, like weeding the mental garden.
Good analogy. Then there's chunking information. Classic strategy, but super effective.
Breaking things down.
Yeah. Complex info into smaller, manageable bits. It taps into the brain's pattern recognition, makes things less overwhelming, uses working memory more efficiently.
Like learning a language phrases first, not the whole dictionary.
Exactly that. You master chunks, then build.
Kind of like organizing computer files into folders, but for your brain, making it easier to hold information.
Right. And don't underestimate visual processing optimization, using charts, diagrams, infographics.
Our brains love visuals, don't they?
Absolutely. We process them much more efficiently than dense text. It cuts cognitive load dramatically,
Yeah.
freeing up resources for higher-level thinking. You grasp complex stuff faster.
Wow. So just seeing your to-do list differently could make it less draining?
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
Optimizing visual input is like giving your brain a shortcut. It's almost an unfair advantage sometimes.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk future stuff. Technology.
Right.
It's not just a distraction, right? It's becoming a tool here.
A powerful one. The sources highlight things like brain stimulation, non-invasive techniques.
Like TMS and TDCS?
Exactly. Transcranial magnetic stimulation, transcranial direct current stimulation. They sound futuristic, but they're emerging as real tools to potentially enhance working memory capacity, at least temporarily.
How do they even work?
They can gently modulate brain activity, cortical excitability, affect neurotransmitters, basically fine-tuning specific brain regions. It's like a direct intervention.
A potential hardware upgrade.
In a sense, we're moving beyond just training to direct tech-assisted enhancement. And then there's neurofeedback training.
Teaching the brain to regulate itself.
Pretty much. Like alpha neurofeedback for visual working memory. It uses operant conditioning. The brain learns through real-time feedback on its own activity.
So you learn to consciously steer your brain towards more focused, efficient states.
That's the idea. It shows cognitive resource management can be directly trained using technology, like giving your brain a dashboard and controls.
Okay, that's incredible. We can actually train our brains with tech to manage mental resources better. That really shifts the whole idea of personal development.
Yes.
So how does this apply to bigger things? Like, say, a major life change, reinventing yourself.
Transformation-specific applications. That's a key area. During big shifts, career changes, lifestyle overhauls, cognitive load management is critical. You're juggling old routines while building new mental frameworks.
That sounds incredibly draining.
It can be. The research on effort reward suggests that for transformation to stick, the activities need to be structured carefully. You need meaningful rewards along the way to justify the huge cognitive investment.
So break it down. Make the steps rewarding. Design the transformation for brain friendliness.
Essentially, yes. Keep that internal economist happy. Don't let the perceived effort vastly outweigh the perceived reward for too long.
And what about just everyday stuff? Practical things.
Absolutely crucial. Environmental design. Simple things like a distraction-free workspace, organizing your physical and digital clutter.
That's not just about being tidy.
Not at all. It directly cuts extraneous cognitive load. A messy desk means your brain is constantly filtering visual noise, even subconsciously. That takes energy.
An invisible tax on your focus.
Exactly. Minimizing irrelevant sensory input frees up working memory. And time management techniques matter too, like the Pomodoro technique.
Short bursts of focus, then breaks.
Right. It helps maintain focus while managing load. Prevents that buildup of mental fatigue that can completely derail big efforts. Allows the brain to recharge and consolidate.
So that messy desk, it's literally draining your brain power without you even noticing. Cleaning up is actually brain optimization.
In a very real sense, yes.
Okay, we've covered a lot. The brain's energy budget, how we can train it, expand it, use tech, use smart habits. But what's the really big picture here? What's the ultimate takeaway from this deep dive? How does it all connect?
Well, if you synthesize across the sources, something really profound emerges. It's this idea of a convergence. Convergence of neural identity mapping, epigenetic lifestyle programming, and cognitive load management.
Whoa, okay. Say more about that.
It suggests these three things together create a comprehensive blueprint, a framework for real human transformation. Not just small tweaks, but deep, lasting change.
Okay, let me try and unpack that. So brain imaging, that's the neural mapping. It shows us our mental roadblocks and strengths.
Right, the diagnostic part, understanding the current neural landscape.
Then epigenetic programming, that's using lifestyle, diet, sleep, stress management to actually change how our genes are expressed.
Yes, influencing biology at a fundamental level, providing the tools for biological change.
Sure. And then cognitive load management. That's the key to making it all stick, ensuring we can actually learn and implement these changes efficiently and sustainably.
Precisely. It optimizes the process of transformation. This integrated approach. It's like moving beyond self-help guesswork to a science-backed methodology for change.
So reinventing yourself isn't just possible, it can be systematically engineered using neuroscience.
That's what the convergence suggests.
Yeah.
Imagine having that scientific blueprint. Whether you're switching careers in New York or launching a startup in Bengaluru, it's about becoming the architect of your own evolution.
Wow. That's a genuinely empowering idea. Okay, architects of our own evolution. I like that. All right, now for those of you who stick around for the deep cuts, the little details, here's a nugget that really jumped out at me.
The Easter egg moment.
Yeah, hidden in the research. It mentions that working memory training doesn't just change brain activity. It specifically alters dopamine receptor density.
Oh, yes, that's fascinating.
Think about that. You're literally rewiring your brain's reward system. affecting motivation, focus, how much you enjoy tackling hard things at a fundamental chemical level just by training your working memory.
It's a powerful illustration, that direct link between cognitive training and the neurochemistry of motivation. It really underscores that these changes are physical, biological, not just thinking differently.
It's way beyond just thinking harder. It shows how incredibly adaptable the brain is.
Highlights its capacity for self-optimization, driven by intentional effort.
Okay, let's recap, bring it all home. Today, we dove deep into cognitive load management. We saw your mental energy is finite, but also trainable, managed by the sophisticated system in your brain.
A system that budgets resources beforehand and weighs effort against reward afterwards.
Right. And we broke down the three types: intrinsic, the core difficulty; extraneous, the wasteful friction;
One to eliminate?
and germane, the productive effort that builds real understanding.
We emphasize that your brain's capacity isn't fixed, thanks to neuroplasticity. And we looked at powerful ways to optimize it. Mindfulness, chunking information smartly, using visuals.
Plus, we touched on cutting-edge tech brain stimulation, neurofeedback, becoming partners in this, and how simple things like environmental design and time management like Pomodoro are actually crucial brain hacks.
Ultimately, it points towards a comprehensive, science-based approach to self-transformation, recognizing and leveraging the brain's adaptive power.
So if you thought managing your mind was just about willpower, just trying harder, well, you've really only scratched the surface.
There's so much more to it.
Yeah. What if the actual food you eat could directly impact your brain's plasticity, its ability to handle cognitive load?
Or what if your daily habits, the things you do totally on autopilot, are constantly, subtly reshaping your brain's architecture? For better, might be for worse.
Without you even realizing the massive impact they're having.
Which raises a really important question, doesn't it? Beyond what we talked about today. How much control do we really have over our biological destiny, our neural landscape? Are there other invisible forces shaping us even more?
Ooh, that's a big one. Join us next time on The Deep Dive. We're going to explore those surprising links between diet, daily routines, and your brain's health. Secrets that could fundamentally change how you think about peak performance, about long-term well-being. You definitely won't want to miss how these pieces connect to your cognitive potential.